Are you working out, eating less, and still not losing fat? You might actually be sabotaging yourself without even realizing it. Imagine doing all the right things, endless treadmill runs, salads for dinner, cutting out carbs, yet the scale won't budge. Sound familiar? Stick around, because today I'm breaking down 5 fat loss mistakes that stall your progress, including one that even seasoned gym goers get wrong. Miss this, and you'll keep spinning your wheels. In this video, I'll expose 5 of the most common fat loss mistakes and give you science-backed fixes. Apply these simple tweaks, and you'll reignite fat burning while preserving muscle. Mistake number 1, all cardio, no strength. Here's the classic trap. You hop on the treadmill, crank out an hour of running, and think you're torching fat like crazy. And sure, cardio burns calories, but if your entire fat loss plan is cardio, you're actually sabotaging your results. Why? Because excessive cardio without strength training doesn't just burn fat, it can eat into your muscle too. And muscle isn't just for looks. Think of it as your body's metabolic engine. The more lean muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even when you're sitting on the couch scrolling Instagram. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that resistance training increases resting metabolic rate, meaning your body becomes a more efficient fat-burning machine. But when you skip the weights and only do cardio, your body adapts by becoming efficient at conserving energy. Translation: you burn fewer calories and your fat loss slows down. Plus, too much cardio can spike cortisol, the stress hormone that encourages fat storage, especially around the belly. To fix this, keep your cardio, but balance it with at least 2 to 3 strength training sessions per week. Focus on big compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and presses. Not only will you preserve muscle, but you'll also crank up your metabolism, making every calorie you burn outside the gym count even more. Mistake number 2, severe calorie cutting. Here's a big one. Slashing your calories like you're preparing for a Hollywood movie role. People think if eating less works, then eating way less must work faster. But the truth? Extreme calorie restriction is like pulling the emergency brake on your fat loss journey. When you cut calories too hard, your body doesn't just burn fat, it starts sacrificing muscle for energy. And remember what we said about muscle being your metabolic engine? The less of it you have, the slower your metabolism runs. That's why aggressive diets often lead to the dreaded weight loss plateau. Research backs this up. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that very low-calorie diets can reduce resting metabolic rate by up to 25%. That means even when you're sitting still, you're burning significantly fewer calories than before. Worse, this metabolic slowdown often sticks around long after the diet ends, making weight regain almost guaranteed. And let's be real, starving yourself isn't sustainable. Ever tried eating 800 calories a day? By day 3, you're dreaming about bread like it's a long-lost lover. The cravings, fatigue, and irritability make it impossible to keep up. To fix this, aim for a moderate calorie deficit, about 500 calories below maintenance. Pair that with a high-protein diet to protect muscle mass. Prevention.com and numerous studies highlight how protein helps preserve lean tissue while keeping you fuller longer. Think chicken, eggs, beans, Greek yogurt, or protein shakes. Slow and steady doesn't just win the race, it keeps the fat off for good. Mistake number 3, ignoring sleep and stress. Most people obsess over their workouts and meal plans, but completely overlook the 2 silent killers of fat loss: poor sleep and chronic stress. You can train like a beast and eat like a monk, but if you're sleeping 4 hours a night and stressing over every email, you're setting yourself up for failure. Here's why. Lack of sleep throws your hunger hormones completely out of balance. Studies published in the Annals of Internal Medicine found that sleep-deprived individuals lost more muscle and less fat compared to those who got enough rest, even when both groups ate the same number of calories. Sleep deprivation increases ghrelin, the hormone that makes you hungry, and decreases leptin, the hormone that signals fullness. Translation: you end up craving junk food like a zombie in a candy store. Now add stress into the mix. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone designed for fight or flight. While short bursts of cortisol are normal, constantly high levels promote fat storage, especially around your midsection. That's why people often say they gain weight when stressed. It's not in your head, it's in your hormones. To fix this, you need to prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Keep your bedroom cool, dark and screen-free, and try sticking to a consistent sleep schedule. As for stress, incorporate daily management strategies. Think meditation, journaling, walking outdoors, or even light yoga. Research from the Journal of Obesity shows that mindfulness and stress reduction can directly improve fat loss outcomes. Bottom line, you can't out-train or out-diet poor recovery. Sleep and stress management are the foundation that allows your workouts and nutrition to actually do their job. Ignore them, and you'll keep wondering why the scale won't move. Mistake number 4, reliance on fad diets. Let's be honest, fad diets are like bad relationships. They look exciting at first, promise you the world, and then leave you feeling hungry, cranky, and worse off than when you started. Whether it's the cabbage soup diet, the detox juice cleanse, or ultra-restrictive plans like cutting out entire food groups, these trends have one thing in common: they're unsustainable. Here's the science. When you severely restrict certain foods, you're not teaching your body how to manage weight long-term. You're just forcing it into short-term compliance. A review in Nutrients Journal found that extreme diets lead to initial weight loss, but result in high rates of weight regain once people return to normal eating. Why? Because the body adapts to restriction by slowing metabolism and ramping up hunger hormones. Even popular trends like extreme intermittent fasting or keto, while effective for some, often fail because they focus more on restriction than education. And when people eventually reintroduce the forbidden foods, binge eating usually follows. Ever met someone who quit carbs only to rebound with a weekend-long pasta binge? Exactly. To fix this, ditch the fads and focus on balanced nutrition. Aim for a diet rich in lean proteins, high-quality carbs like whole grains and vegetables, and healthy fats. Prevention.com highlights that protein is especially powerful in fat loss because it preserves muscle and keeps you full. Instead of chasing the latest Instagram diet, create a sustainable meal plan that fits your lifestyle. Remember, the best diet isn't the most extreme one, it's the one you can stick to for life. If it feels like punishment, it's not a plan, it's a trap. Mistake number 5, no progressive overload. This one's sneaky because it hides in plain sight. A lot of people hit the gym, do the same workout routine week after week, and then wonder why nothing changes. Here's the hard truth. If you're not progressively overloading your muscles, you're not giving your body a reason to adapt. And no adaptation means no fat loss momentum, no strength gains, and no real transformation. Progressive overload simply means gradually increasing the demand on your muscles over time. That could mean adding more weight to the bar, doing more reps, or increasing training intensity. Without this principle, your body gets comfortable, and comfortable muscles don't grow or burn extra calories. A study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology highlighted that progressive overload is essential not just for hypertrophy, but also for maintaining metabolic adaptations that aid in fat loss. In other words, the more you challenge your muscles, the more energy they require, even at rest. Think of it as upgrading your engine from a 4-cylinder to a V8. To fix this, keep it simple. Aim to add 5 pounds to your lifts every couple of weeks, or squeeze out an extra rep or 2 each session. You can also manipulate tempo, slowing down your lifts to increase time under tension. And don't forget variety. Switching up exercises to hit muscles from new angles can reignite progress. Without progressive overload, you're basically running on a treadmill that doesn't move. You're working hard, but you're not going anywhere. With it, every workout compounds into long-term fat loss and muscle preservation. So let's quickly recap. Mistake number 1, going all in on cardio and forgetting strength training. Fix it by adding compound lifts to preserve muscle and boost metabolism. Mistake number 2, slashing calories too hard. Fix it with a moderate deficit and plenty of protein. Mistake number 3, ignoring sleep and stress. Fix it by prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of rest and managing cortisol. Mistake number 4, jumping on fad diets. Fix it by building a balanced, sustainable meal plan. Mistake number 5, sticking with the same routine forever. Fix it with progressive overload to keep the body adapting. Now here's the kicker. Even if you fix just one of these mistakes this week, you'll already be ahead of 90% of people struggling with fat loss. Imagine the results if you fix all 5. Now, I want to hear from you. Which mistake surprised you the most? Or which one have you been guilty of? Drop your answer in the comments, because your story might help someone else who's stuck. And before you click away, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my video on fat loss versus weight loss to understand the real difference. Trust me, you'll want to watch that next.